Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, Trinath.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Okay, shall I
Yeah,
get started, Trinath?
yeah. 1 minute. Our team will give the introduction about the course with like 5 to 10 minutes. Post that you can get into. We can start the session. Yeah. Hello everyone. A very good morning and warm welcome to the session. So we are very delighted to hear in the session. So before starting the session, our team will give the introduction about the course Vita. Post that we will get into the session. Okay. So Aditya, you can go ahead. Annapurna, can you give the co-host access to Aditya?
Yeah, okay, Kiran. Give me 1 second.
Hello.
Good morning, guys. Hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome to this introductory presentation about Coursevita. This is Jyotra Aditya from Coursevita's team. So I'm here to give up an introduction about Coursevita first, and then we can dive into the session right away. So Coursevita is an innovative learning platform designed to provide flexible, high-quality education to learners worldwide. Our mission is to make learning accessible and manageable even for the busiest individuals. With a wide range of courses in various fields, there is something here for everyone. So let's dive in and see what makes Coursevita special. But before that, let us take some time to introduce our speaker today. So today we have the pleasure of welcoming Azaz Ahmed as our esteemed speaker. Azaz is a dedicated data science trainer at Upgrad, where he imparts his extensive knowledge and experience to aspiring data scientists. He is currently pursuing his MS in computer science with a focus on data science and data analytics from Wolf University. Azaz's commitment to education and continuous learning makes him an exceptional trainer. His expertise in data science and analytics, combined with practical experience, equips him to provide valuable insights and guidance. We are excited to have him share his knowledge with us today. So please join me in welcoming Azaz Ahmed for the session today. So why should you choose Coursevita? Firstly, our courses are designed to fit into your busy schedule and flexible learning options. The bite-sized lessons make it easy to learn on the go, and the downloadable materials ensure you can study offline whenever and wherever you can and whenever you have time. Additionally, our industry-recognized certificates can help boost your career prospects. Let us take a look at some of our success stories. Many learners have benefited from Coursevita's programs, with testimonials highlighting significant career advancements and personal growth. These stories demonstrate the real world impact of our courses and success our learners have achieved. We have Anvita Chaudhary mentioned that Coursevita is a decent platform, especially if you're looking for some free introductory courses. She has taken our introductory to business management course, and she said that she has quoted a good starting point. And we have Nikita Verma, who quoted Coursevita that we have a good selection of courses on various topics. She also quoted that our platform and our LMS platform is very user friendly and easy to navigate. She found the content quality to be good, and also 8 out of our 10 learners are pleased with our courses. That makes us what we are. And if you ever wanted to look at all the reviews, please feel free to visit our Google page so that you'll be able to look at all the reviews. So if you are ready to join the next step in your learning journey, joining Coursevita is so easy. Simply, you can sign up on our website and you'll have access to wealth of resources and courses. We often have special offers and discounts, so be sure to check those out. If you have any questions or need assistance, our contact information is provided. You can directly write us to at reach us at coursevita.com. And also, all the updates regarding our new courses or maybe anything about free masterclasses will be posted on our social media platforms. So please care to hit a follow button on Instagram and our X page as well. So thank you for your time, and I hope to see you soon on Coursevita. Over to Azaz Ahmad now. Azaz, it was privilege welcoming you. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Aditya. Thanks for the warm introduction. Hello, everyone. Ejaz this side. Uh, I hope you got an introduction about me from Aditya as well. But let's have a quick introduction as well. Then we'll quickly dive into the session today. Um, just give me a minute. I'm gonna share my screen. All right, I guess my screen is visible to all. All right, you can use the chat to just confirm everything is fine. Like if you feel any difficulty there, you can just use the chat and let me know whatever issues you're facing. But I hope everything is fine so far. So let's get started. Like Aditya mentioned about me, I have 6+ years of experience in the field of data science, industry plus training. I'm delivering my services to multiple edtechs, online, offline. I do a lot of online training as well as offline training, B2B, B2C, um, a kind of corporate trainer, you can say, in the field of data science, data analytics, machine learning, Power BI, business intelligence. So I've delivered training on various topics over the years. Okay, so not wasting much time, let's get started. Now, today's session is all about data skills and Power BI, data skills in Power BI and Python basics. Okay, basically, the core idea is to learn Python basics with respect to data science. We are trying to understand how we are using Python in the field of data science. That's what we need to learn here. So before diving into Python and Python's basics, let me just give you a quick introduction on data science, a kind of definition of data science, and then you get some idea about it, and then you'll understand what are the different steps and process involved in data science. And then we will try to understand how Python is being utilized in achieving these tasks, like the data science life cycle. Okay, so let me just quickly walk you through introduction to data science, or definitions of data science. I have just quoted two definitions here from very popular authors, or you can say names in the field of data science. One is from William S. Cleveland, uh, attributed as father of data science. According to him, data science is a discipline that combines statistics, mathematics, data analysis with programming skills and domain knowledge to extract information and knowledge from data sets. Right? So, yeah, this is a raw definition again, but we will, try to understand each sentence from this definition as well. Now, the other definition I have quoted is from Doing Data Science, from very popular O'Reilly Media, from these two very popular authors, you can say. According to them, data science is the collection of techniques and theories from many fields, including mathematics, statistics, data engineering, pattern recognition, learning, advanced computing, visualization, data warehousing, and high performance computing, with the goal of extracting meaning from data and creating data products. Okay, so now let's summarize both the definitions. I know this is like very dry definition, but let us try to summarize these two definitions and let us try to understand what they want to tell. If you can go back to the first definition, and you see, this is one sentence which is quite common here, I mean both the definition, but just I'm pointing out in the first definition that extract information and knowledge from data sets or data in general. According to William S. Cleveland, we use multiple disciplines. He has defined it as if, like, data science is a discipline that combine multiple things. You can go and read about this. Okay, to extract information and knowledge from data sets. The end goal is to extract information and knowledge from data. In order to do that, we are using multiple disciplines. All right, the other definition what we have seen here is data science is the collection of techniques. This guy also talks about the same thing. This authors talks about the same thing. He also mentions the end goal as to be the goal, with the goal of extracting meaning from data and creating data products, which is quite similar to, right? So what do we find here in both the definition is that extracting information or knowledge from data is the goal in data science. That is our end goal, to extract information and meaning from the data. All right, Now that's okay, but in order to do that, we are using multiple disciplines, techniques, and tools. Okay, we are using multiple disciplines such as mathematics, statistics, data analysis, programming. Okay, so we are using multiple disciplines and techniques to achieve what? To achieve, to extract meaningful information from the data. That is the end goal, right? Now I just want to understand this thing, like what that knowledge or insights from the data looks like. We have talked about extracting meaning from data, but what is that knowledge, or what is that insight means, or what does that look like? Okay, so here what I've done is I've quoted some common elements from both the definition. The first common element is that both the definition talks about extracting knowledge or insights from the data. I have quoted both the sentences here, and both the definition talks about they use multiple disciplines such as stat, math, okay, and computing and all, and I have quoted here. And as well as use of specific techniques, there are some techniques which uh, data science users, so I have just combined here. Okay, this is like a commonality between both the definitions. That's what I have quoted here. All right, but now one important thing what we have understood is like goal of extracting meaning from data. All right, so now let us try to understand what does that insight or meaning or knowledge looks like. Okay, a quick example to understand this, and then we will move on to basics of Python as well as the Power BI. Right. So what does that knowledge or meaning or insights from data looks like? Okay, let's take it as insights from now onwards. There are multiple names like knowledge, meaning, insights, valuable knowledge. People use a lot of things like, but let us use it as insights. What does insights look like? Let's take a simple example and try to understand how data science extracts insights from the data. Let's take an example of a superstore. Okay, here what are we doing here is I have taken an example of superstore. Any superstore you take, like offline or online, any e-commerce or any offline, you have multiple chain, right? Like you have Reliance chain, you have Star chain, you have a lot of superstores, right? Basically they collect a lot of data, right? They what all kind of data they collect? Sales transaction data, right? So product ID, date of sales, quantity sold, price, discount applied, right? So they store all these kind of data. Again, from the customer side, they store customer ID, age, gender, okay, and any program, loyalty program he or she is associated with, right? Some more or details also, like the cell phone number or cell number, or where does the the residential address and everything. So customers inform, I have just added very few here. Okay, product details, product category, brand, supplier, right? So store data, where the store location, size, and staff number and everything, right? So what I'm trying to tell you here is I'm trying to tell you how does insights look like. Okay, so now we have collected this data. Let's say the superstore has collected data for 2023 and 2024, and they want to plan for 2025. Basically data science is all about taking the data and finding information or insights from the data, right? I've quoted the same in the definition as well. But what is that exactly insights look like? Okay, I've just added very few insights here. Okay, so if you have your previous data, your history data, the superstores data, then what insights we can take out of it? A simple insight would be seasonal sales patterns, how the sales are happening during the season, different seasons. For example, there's summer season, there's winter season, there's a festival season, there's a holiday season, right? What are those sales pattern happening? If you come to know, for example, I have just added here like insight is like sales spike during the holiday season and on weekends. This is quite natural. This is quite a simple thing, but this is I have added as an insight so that you can understand what is happening in the data science. Okay, sales spikes during the holiday season and weekends. All right, this is the insight we have taken from the data. And what is that process? Yeah, you'll be learning entire process how to take out those insights. Okay, but I've just taken a simple example like how insights look like. Okay, sales spike during the holiday season and on weekends. If you come to know that these things are happening during the weekends, and the holiday season, your sales are spiking, what do? You take an action. The ultimate goal here in data science is to take the data, find out the insights, and take action on those insights so that you can grow the business. Right? What are we doing here is we are trying to help the business grow by leveraging data science, isn't it? So through the processes and different processes, you have understood that sales are spiking during the holiday season and weekends. Now what do you do as an action? Increase inventory, definitely. And staffing levels during these peak times, yes, so that you can meet the demand, right? So you have to increase the inventory and staff level during these peak time. All right. Now the next insight what we can get to know from our data from the past 2023 and 2024 data. Okay, what data we have already? We have these kinds of data like sales transaction, customer, who bought, what was bought. Okay, how many quantities were sold, everything. Right. Now the next very simple insights we can see is like high value customers. If we can come to know those customers who are contributing to a large portion of our sales, what can we do? We can focus them on, right? We can have a lot of focus on those customers as well, right? If we can come to know that there are customers, bunch of customers, like 10% of customer is contributing to large portion of our sale, what can you do? You can just implement targeted marketing on those people only, right? You can allure them by some discounts or offers, or like let's say the bunch of customers who always cross the sales of 5,000 Indian rupees. What can you do? You can lure them some discounts and offers so that they can cross some 2,000 more, right? So that's what you can do with that insight. See, the other insight I have added is product performance. If you can come to know the if you can come to know like 10 top 10 products which are giving you high returns, or which whose sales is very high, or those product which are not consistently selling well. If you can come to know these, you can take action, focus on stocking high performance product, and investigate issues which frequently return. There are items which are returning also, right? What are those items which are returning? So what I'm trying to tell you is here is basically you can look at your data and find out insights and improve your business. That's what we are doing here. Okay, and I have added some more like predictive analytics. Predictive analytics is nothing but basically looking back at your data and predicting what can happen in the coming years. So I hope what insights is clear to you people, right? So basically what are we trying to achieve in data science is we are trying to take the data, we are trying to use multiple disciplines and extract information knowledge from data. What is it like? I've shown you what is insights look like, right? You can use your chat to let me know if you have any doubts or so. We are open to your chat as well. Okay. All right. Now let us move on. Move on to the next thing. Just give me 1 minute. Hello. I think I've stopped the share. All right. Okay. Yeah, just settle down. So I was telling you that data science uses multiple disciplines. I hope my screen is visible. Yes, it is. Okay. So data science is the end goal in data science is to extract information from the data. Okay. So in order to do that, we use multiple disciplines. I have talked about mathematics and statistics. I've mentioned that we use multiple disciplines such as mathematics, statistics, and programming skills as well. Now, for data science, what are we doing here is we are using Python. Python as a programming language. You know, Python is a programming language. You all know this, but this will help you. Python language will help you to achieve those tasks. What is our task here in data science? That the end goal is to extract information from the data, right? So we are using Python as a programming language here in order to achieve those tasks, right? So now let us understand how Python helps us in different scenarios and in different steps or processes or life cycle of data science to achieve extracting information from the data. So before diving into that, let us understand what is Python. Okay, I've just added a simple definition here, is that Python is a high level interpreted programming language known for its readability, simplicity. Okay, it has rich ecosystem of libraries and frameworks that makes it ideal choice for various applications including data science. Okay, basically you can say that one of the easiest language among all the other programming language is considered to be Python because of it's a high level programming language, meaning it's user friendly. You can read it. The syntaxes are as simple as that. You read the other any other text, not as similar to that, but you can make out the resemblance, that it's very simple to you, simple to understand. Okay, and yes, it's very simple again, and it has a rich ecosystem of libraries. There's lots of libraries. What happens in data science is, in order to follow that process, like extracting insights from the data, we follow a lot of process. We have a lot of basically there are multiple steps. In every step, in every process, we employ Python as a programming language. Okay, and Python helps us in every aspect of data science life cycle, right? So now I have just added here, why use Python in data science, like why not any other language, why only Python here? Okay, I've also mentioned about it, like ease of learning, Python simple syntax. Okay, so I've just written a simple program here where the program talks about addition of two numbers. Okay, addition of two numbers, it's as simple as that. You are declaring a variable a is equal to and assigning some value to it. A is equal to 10, b is equal to 20, and c is equal to a plus b, and then print C. This is very simple syntax which I have written for adding two number. Okay, the unlike your C++ and Java, where you will have to explicitly mention its data types. Okay, if you're coming from a any programming background, you will come to know what is data type. Okay, we'll talk about data types a little bit here in this session as well. We will talk about a little bit of Python's basic as well, but just what I want to focus here is like how easy it is to learn. Okay, any non-technical or technical guy can learn this. Yeah, of course, like technical guys who knows a little bit on programming side, they can pick up very well, but even a non-technical guy, provided he gives some time to learn these things, can learn Python programming. Okay, and the other very important aspect or very important point, why do we use Python for data science, is extensive libraries. Okay, like I told you, it's a multi-process step. I'll walk you through what are the different steps in data science here in the coming slides itself. but just try to understand it's a multi-process step. You have to do step-by-step approach in order to take out insights from the data, right? So in every step we employ Python, and for every steps we have libraries. Okay, libraries are collection of, you can say, classes and modules and methods, which makes programming very easy. You don't have to explicitly program for each and every task. You just have to use a module or a class or a method from that particular library, and you can easily do the data science task. See, basically, data science is a field where you are not learning any programming here. Your goal is to extract information or insights from the data, right? So if you're focusing a lot on your programming skills, then actual data science process, then what you are doing, you're not doing in a right direction. So what we are doing here is we are using libraries, which is like, you can think about libraries as pre-written code, which you have to just use a simple line of code or a simple method, and then done. It does the task internally for you, everything, right? So here what I've added is I've added a simple syntax for importing a pandas library. I will walk you through pandas also a little bit in the coming slides. Basically, pandas helps us in multiple ways in data analysis, data cleaning, and so many other things. Okay, so it's a library which we use for to achieve a process, to achieve a step in the data science. Okay, so we use a lot of libraries also. The other very important reason why do we use data science Python in data science is like community support. Yes, it has large community that contributes. Even like, even it is happening right now. It's not like they have contributed done. No, people are contributing to Python on every day. Okay, and you have forum and tutorials and documentation, with a lot of there's a lot of help you can get from the community over the internet, basically. Okay, few popular names are like Stack Overflow, GitHub, Kaggle is also the platform, and multiple other platforms where you can get the help on the Python side, right? Also, integration, Python can easily integrate with other languages and tools also. Okay, you want to bring SQL and you want to bring R script, you can do that. Okay, so it is very easy to integrate with other programming language also. That's why we are using it, because we will be using a lot of other programming language also. We want to integrate multiple things here as well. Okay, yes, it's versatile, not just for the data science purpose. You can use it for any app building, or you want to have your own software or web development for any other. There are a lot of frameworks which help you do that. Okay, so in that sense it's versatile. Yeah. um all right, now here is a very important thing which I was talking about, like, data science is a multi process. Okay, we follow up step by step approach in order to extract information or insights from the data. Right. So what are those steps? Here I've just added them very few. That first step is like data collection. See, basically, data science is all about taking business data and extracting information from the data and presenting it to the business owner, that this is the information we have gathered, and you can make better decision for your business. Okay, rather taking any traditional decision, take data driven decisions, which will be very much helpful for you. Okay, so kind of like giving a proof to the next step a business owner has to take. So the first and foremost thing is like collection. It's not that you'll get the data very easily, or it is very accessible. Most of the time you get the data, it's accessible. But sometimes what happens in your learning journey, and some other projects also, what you do is like you have to collect the data from various sources. Like you have to collect the data from websites, you have to scrape the data Okay, you have to you have to take the data from different databases. Companies have there are hundreds and hundreds of databases. You have to gather the data from databases, and you have to collect the data from a lot of other sources. So basically Python helps you do that. Python helps you to collect the data from any database or any source out there in the internet. Okay, so there are libraries which will help you do this data collection here also. Generally Python helps you, but more specifically, if I have to tell you, that libraries are the one which are helping you to collect the data. Okay, yeah, like we have to say that it's a Python only. These are the Python libraries only. Okay, so the first and foremost thing what we do in data science is like data collection, and we take use of Python programming language to achieve this. Okay, the other very important thing, once you have collected the data, once you have the data at your hand and your system, right? So the next thing what we do in data and science is like clean and prepare it. See, the data is not in good shape. There's a lot of problems in the data. Data cleaning itself is a very lengthy topic. Throughout the data science journey, you will understand how to clean the data, how to prepare the data for analysis and for model building and other stuff, right? So data cleaning plays a very crucial role. Here also we use Python. Okay, generally, like I told you that Python is employed in almost every step of your data science journey. Data in order to clean the data and prepare the data, we need a Python. More specifically, we use Python library called as pandas, which helps us to do cleaning and preparation very easily. You don't have to explicitly write programs and functions and classes and objects to do this task. Rather, what you have to do is just use a library and use its pre-built or inbuilt methods to do each and everything. For example, I've added here is like, see, this is I know this is like quite advanced thing, but just try to understand that there's a data column where there's a missing value here and here. Okay, how do you how do you fill that missing value? How do you handle that missing value? Because missing value is a problem in the data. When you want to run the process of taking out insights from the data, it disturbs you a lot. Okay, so if there are missing values, your analysis goes, sometimes it goes wrong, right? So sometimes it doesn't give you a correct picture of your entire data, so you have to treat it. So pandas, with the simple what you say, simple method, fill na, it helps you to fill the missing value. Like for example, ages, okay, 28, 24, 35, and there's one missing value here. What can you do? One simple thing is that you can take an average of all your data ages and then fill at that point, right? That's what we are doing here, fill na with mean, right? So this is what you can do with the data cleaning and data preparation. The end goal, what I'm trying to tell you on this, is that we are employing Python and Python libraries on every aspect of data science life cycle. The other very important step we follow in data science is like exploratory data analysis. Basically exploring the data through the pictorial format, and also not just the pictorial format, also we use pandas, and we use multiple libraries. Okay, we use multiple libraries here in this process, such as pandas, matplotlib, seaborn, bookie, plotly. Basically what are we doing in eda is we are visualizing the data. Not just visualizing the data, one of the one of exploratory data analysis end goal is to also visualize the data. Okay, so that you can find out the trends and patterns in the data. Okay, looking at just the one visual, you can find out so much of information there. Okay, so you can uncover a lot of insights from the data through eda, exploratory data analysis. Exploratory data analysis, you can think about it as like the first step towards finding out insights. Okay, so doing this thing eda, while we are doing eda, we uncover a lot of insights, we uncover a lot of patterns in the data. And in this process also, what are we doing is we are using we are using Python. More specifically, we are using its libraries also here, right? So the other step is like model building, or we call it as modeling. Okay, so here also we are employing Python. Here also we are employing Python. Model building is nothing but like machine learning algorithms. When we want to fit machine learning algorithm to any data, we are using Python here, and very specifically we're using the scikit-learn library, which will help us to build the model. Okay, and visualization also, I have talked about visualization also, right? I hope a quick understanding on Python, why do we use Python, where do we use Python, when to use Python in data science is quite clear to you. Okay, I know this code may not be very familiar to you people, but yeah, over the as we move forward in the course, you will learn these things as well. Any doubts or any question at till this point, you can just raise your doubt in the chat. You can just have your doubt here. Okay, and just give me 30 seconds. I'm gonna switch to new tabs and then we'll walk you through some more code here. mm, okay, I don't think so you have any doubts here. Let me just share my screen again. Okay, now let us talk about a little bit on libraries. I was talking about libraries throughout, right? So how and what are the libraries doing here? Okay, they're very popular libraries. I hope my screen is visible. Just confirming. Yes, it's okay. So there are a lot of I told that there are a lot of libraries. There are multiple we have a multiple process in data science. It's a multi process, and we are using libraries in every aspect. Okay, so let us talk about those libraries and what are they trying to, how they are helping us. Libraries, okay. The first library when we when we are learning Python for data science, we come across is NumPy, basically called as numerical Python. Okay, N- numerical Python or NumPy is a very powerful library for numerical and scientific computations. Okay, it provides support for large and multidimensional arrays. Okay, I know this is quite new thing for you, like multidimensional arrays and matrices and everything. Just to sum up, how NumPy helps you, what NumPy does in data science. Okay, basically, remember, data science is all about taking data and finding out information or insights from the data so that you can help the business grow. That is the end goal here. But how these libraries are helping you? The first library is NumPy. Whatever data you bring from the any business or any industry, okay, when you take that data in your Python environment, it internally gets converted into arrays. Arrays are nothing but a data structure, way of storing data. Okay, we store the data in this shape. Okay, I'll give you just an example of array here. Okay, so this is an array. We are creating array, import numpy as np, np dot array. So we store the data in this format. Okay, you're able to see this. Basically, it looks like a list in Python. Okay, so we store the data into brackets, something like that. This is 1D array. Okay, this is the 1D array, 2D array, and 3D and multi-dimensional arrays. We basically store the data into arrays. Okay, why do we do that? Because NumPy is a library which helps you to do mathematical, numerical and mathematical computations. For example, let's say we have taken a data of experiences or the salaries, right? When you have taken the salaries data and you want to find out the average salary, okay, the data should be stored in arrays internally. Then only you'll be able to you'll be able to make any mathematical or scientific calculation on that, right? In order to perform numerical, mathematical, scientific computation, you need to store your data in a format which allows you to do those things. NumPy has a data structure called arrays, which will allow you, if you store your data into arrays, then it will allow you to perform mathematical operations. There are other data structures also, such as list. You might have studied list in Python, or if you're unaware of it, no worries. There is a data structure called list in Python that doesn't allow you to perform mathematical operation or scientific operation, but arrays from numpy allows you to do so. So to short, to just to give you a brief, whatever data you bring from your in business, be it text data, be it numerical data, image data, video data, it gets internally converted into nd arrays. It could be of any dimension. Okay, generally we in data science we are working with what we are working with 2D arrays, which we call it as matrices, right? So numpy helps you to store, like numpy has a data structure called arrays, where whatever data we bring, that gets converted into arrays, so that mathematical and numerical computations can be, mathematical and scientific computations are possible. Okay, this is the first part. I hope this is quite clear to you. Okay, so the next library what we learn is pandas. Pandas is very important, very crucial library. It gives you very good support in multiple processes of data science journey. Okay, basically data collection you can do here with pandas, data cleaning and preparing the data you can use pandas, even in the exploratory data analysis you can utilize the pandas. So pandas is a very popular and very crucial library in order to do multiple process, in order to perform multiple process in the data science. Okay, so basically it's an open source data manipulation and analysis library for Python. Okay, so now let me just clear this data analysis term here. Okay, see, in data science it's like we divide it into two process, like there are multiple process, but generally I divide it into for the learner's perspective. Okay, but not for the advanced industry perspective. For the learner's perspective, the first step in data science is like data analysis. The second part is like machine learning. Okay, so data analysis is like looking back at the data and trying to find out what happened in the data. Okay, machine learning is like taking that past history data and making prediction what can happen, kind of making a prediction kind of thing. So they're basically these two things in data science. Okay, so data analysis is also very important part of data science. It's not like anything separate from data science. Data analysis is part of data science. Okay, a data scientist has to be a good data analyst, right? So what I was trying to tell you here is pandas help us do lot of tasks, help us to solve a lot of tasks, such as I told you, like data collection, data cleaning, data pre-processing, data prepare, you want to prepare the data preparation in EDA also. Okay, so yeah, this is like it provides easy to use data structures. Like I told you that in numpy there are data structures such as arrays. Here there are very popular data structures called as data frame and series. Throughout our data science journey, we will be working very heavily on data frames. It's just data frames are nothing but a data structure, the way you store the data. It's a 2D data structure basically, okay, where just think about your matrices. In your school days you have learned matrices and determinants. You store the data in rows and columns. Similarly, data frames work in the similar fashion. I'll just show you one simple example here of data frame. This is your data frame. Okay, which is it's formatted well. Each row is, one row is little dark, and one row it is little light shaded. Okay, so you have rows and column here. The data you want to store in the rows and column. Okay, kind of structured data, right? So we use data frames, right? So pandas is a library from Python which helps you do a lot of tasks. Okay, and it gives you this powerfulness. Okay, it gives you this powerfulness. It stores your data in a structured format so that you can perform some mathematical operation. For example, let's say you want to know this IQ. This is the column of IQ, exam score and compensation. Okay, so you want to know uh, average exam score. right? So you have to perform operation, mathematical operation on this particular column. Okay, you have to perform mathematical operation on this particular column, like average is like mean you want to perform, right? So if this data with the industry data which you have bought, if it is not in the in the shape of a data frame, you'll not be able to do it, because pandas again is built on numpys only. Whatever you see here is nothing but internally it's a arrays only. Okay, so in the arrays mathematical operations are possible, hence here also it is possible. Okay, so basically what are we doing here is just to again give you a summary if you are getting confused with this like data frame and little advanced things. But remember, this is just a gist or overview masterclass where we are trying to help you out. What do you do with Python and how do you use Python in order to achieve that data science life cycle, project life cycle. Okay, don't worry if you're not understanding these things, but just try to understand that how we use programming or how we use Python here, okay, in data science, right? So I was trying to tell you that this is the format where we store the data so that we can perform mathematical operations on that, so that we can perform manipulation, cleaning. If you feel that in this particular column or and this particular column or this particular column there are missing values, you can fill them with the help of pandas inbuilt methods. Okay, you don't have to write explicitly the programs for filling the values. You just have to use a method such as fill na, right? A simple method, and it will be helping you to achieve that task, right? So pandas is also a very popular and very important libraries in our data science life cycle. That is again from the Python side only. Okay, so the other thing, what the other library what we use is like matplotlib and Seaborn. I'm just talking about Seaborn here. Yeah. So I told you that in data science lifecycle, data visualization or exploratory data analysis is very important aspect. Okay, where you try to find out trends and insights from the data. Exploration or data visualization is a very much integral part of data science. Okay, so in order to do that, we use a library. There is a very specific library, a lot of libraries available, such as Matplotlib is a very basic libraries. You have Seaborn, Plotly, Bokeh, and other libraries which help. These are the very popular one where you used in industries. Seaborn very popular because of its aesthetics. You don't have to customize its aesthetics. Okay, so we are using Seaborn as a library to visualize the data. Okay, we are visualizing the data here using Seaborn library. Okay, I'm sorry, I have not added any visual here. Should have added it here, just forgot it to add. Okay, no worries. So basically I'm trying to tell you how Python, how we are using Python in different life cycle of data science. Okay, the other thing what I've talked about, like data collection, data preparation, data cleaning is over. Exploratory data analysis is also done with the data visualization libraries such as Seaborn. This is also over. The next thing what I've talked about is model building or machine learning. Okay, so here also this is like a simple linear regression example. I'm just walking you through how we do modeling. Basically we take the data. Here you see we have taken the data. This is like percentages and packages. Okay, so based on this we are trying to build a simple linear regression model. Okay, we are using a library called scikit-learn. I'll just walk you through a little bit on that as well here. Okay, uh, here's the library, scikit-learn. Okay, scikit-learn is a comprehensive machine learning library in Python that provides a wide range of tools and algorithms for data processing, modeling, evaluation, and deployment. Okay, so in every aspect of data science lifecycle, we are using different libraries which are helping us to achieve these goal. Remember, the end goal here is to take out insights from the data and help the business grow. From that insights, you take it those insights to the business owner, and he applies those findings, and, he takes action based on those findings and help his business grow. right? So in order to do that, we are using machine learning also. In data science, we are using machine learning also. If I can walk you through again the same here, Python for data science. Okay, so I have talked about multiple things. Let me just walk you through here. Okay, so data collection, we are using multiple libraries such as pandas, and there are other libraries also, not just that only one. Okay, and in data cleaning and preparation, we are using very extensively pandas. Okay, in exploratory data analysis, which is a very crucial step in data science, we are using what? We are using pandas, and we are using seaborn, and we are using matplotlib, some other libraries also, right? In modeling, like machine learning, I told you that if we divide the data science for the learner's perspective in two parts, like data analysis and machine learning, till this point it was like data analysis only, till this point. Okay, data collection, data cleaning and processing, and exploratory data analysis, till this point, more specifically the ADA part, is like a data analysis. From here, modeling onwards, it's like the machine learning, right? So in that's what I want trying to tell you, is that in every aspect of data science we are employing Python code, and we are using the libraries here. Okay, I hope that is quite clear to you, and you can use the chat to just let me know if you are feeling any difficulty here with respect to basics of data science. Just a quick 1 minute break. You can have a water also, or also if you have any doubts, you can just let me know in the chat section as well. Okay, and now, yes, Aishwarya. uh, Aishwarya is asking, can we get recording of this session? Yes, you can get back to the team. They will help you with the recording and much more. Good. Any other doubts or questions you have? So that's it about the Python for data science, basics of Python for data science. We will move on to Power BI now. The main topics, as a beginner we should concentrate to clear data science interviews. Whatever we have talked about so far, Aishwarya, we have talked about the multiple processes and steps. Okay, so we have to master all those process. Okay, in the journey of data science. Okay, definitely. Again, like, I would like to tell you to get connected with the team. They will help you out with each and every query you have. So now, let's move on to very popular tool, which is Power BI. It's a business intelligence tool, basically. I'm here for another 30 seconds for your doubts, and then we will move on to Power BI quickly, and try to understand what is Power BI and how it is helping us. Just give me a minute. I'm just sharing my screen again back. Okay. All right, guys. I hope my screen is visible. Let me just switch on my cam. Yeah, I hope everything is perfect. All right. Now, let me take you to Power BI. How do we, what is Power BI and everything? Power BI is basically a business intelligence tool. Just pay attention for 5 minutes. Everything will be clear, and then we'll move on to how to use the tool. How to use Power BI as a tool, and what are we trying to do with this tool also. Okay, if you just go back to what did I tell you earlier, that data science it's two part. Okay, for learners perspective, it's two things there in data science. Like, first is data analysis. You have to master data analysis as well as you have to master machine learning. Okay, together you can call it as a data science, but it's not just the only those two things. But for the learner's perspective, I'm telling you, okay, there are multiple other things you need to master, but these are the two very important things you need to master in order to become a data science professional. All right, now the first part, the data analysis part, we can do that data analysis with the help of a programming language also, such as I have shown you through Python programming, where you used multiple libraries in the multiple steps: data collection, data cleaning and preparation, and then the exploratory data analysis. That we can do through with the help of a programming language such as Python, or not just the Python, you can use R also in order to do that thing. Okay, or you can use some other tools. Okay, data analysis, for data analysis you can use either programming or you can use no programming. Means you can use tools such as Power BI to do those all those tasks, as simple as that. Here in Power BI, ultimately you are doing data analysis. Okay, we have multiple names for this tool, Power BI. We call it as reporting tool, we call it as dashboarding tool, we call it as business intelligence tool. Okay, we also call it as data analytics tool. Okay, so basically what you are doing here is, what is your job is, the job is to take the data and find the insights from the data. Okay, you are doing like taking the data and finding out what had happened in the data. In the case of Superstore, I gave you a lot of examples. What examples? Like how the insights look like, isn't it? The first insight we I told you was like, during the season, how the sales are happening. Is there any spike in the seasonal season in the sales? Right, so you're basically trying to find out what had happened in the data analysis is all about finding out what had happened in the data, right? So with the help of, what I'm trying to tell here is, like, Power BI help you do that. Power BI helps you do data analysis. It will not just help you to do the data analysis. With addition to that, it will help you to present it in a very good format, in a report form. Also, it will help you to share across the business owners also, like one stop solution for taking data, cleaning data, preparing the data, visualizing the data, and sharing the results with the business owner in the form of a report. Okay, we will build a simple report here. Towards the end, we will build a simple report and we will share the information to the business owner. How does that looks like? Okay, now, just in back of your mind, just keep this thing that you have multiple process in order to do data analysis also. Let me just take you back to the same slides or the Jupyter notebook. You can just remember these things. Look at this: data collection, cleaning and preparation, exploratory data analysis. Till this point, it's like analyzing the data. Okay, so the same thing we are doing here, but the names are a little different. Okay, don't worry about that. All right, now what we do here is, now let me just give you a little more introduction on Power BI also. Okay, see, like you have MS Office. You have MS Office where you have multiple apps and tools. What are multiple tools? You have MS Doc, where you write your paragraph, where you write your articles and everything, right? Basically, you paste your text data. You have Excel, where you store your structured data in rows and column. Okay, you have PPTs, power presentation, what you call MS PPT, where you create presentations with the help of text as well as visuals, right? So what I'm trying to tell you here, MS Office is a collection of multiple apps and tools which helps you solve your problems, right? That is from Microsoft. Similarly, Power BI is a Microsoft product only. Power BI is a Microsoft product. Okay, just give me 1 second. I'll walk you through the I'll walk you through the. Okay, give me a minute. The website here, Power BI. Give me a minute, okay? Uh, all right, let me share my screen now. Okay, so here I've come to this Microsoft Power BI website. You can just have a look at this products here. Okay, Power BI. In this Power BI, you have multiple other products. So you can just think Power BI as your MS Office, wherein you have docs and Excel and PPTs and everything, right? Power presentation. Similarly, you have Power BI is a MS Office kind of thing where you have desktop, where you have Pro. These are the different version. Sorry, Power BI, and you have Power BI desktop, and you have Power BI Power Apps, Power Automate, Power Pages. Okay, so you have multiple other products in Power BI. Okay, so what is the end goal here? The end goal is to take the data, clean the data, okay, and create reports or present data in the pictorial format and share it across the business. Okay, you can just look at this. This is a report. This is a report with visuals. Okay, you have some line charts here. Okay, you have some map here. You have kind of a bar chart here, right? So you have a drag down list here. Okay, basically you are transforming your raw data, business data, which is in the form of a rows and column, and converting into reports, so that the business owner can understand their their data finding very well, and then take better decisions based on that. Okay, so now let's come back to the Power BI tool itself. This is a Power BI desktop. We are using a tool called as Power BI desktop. Okay, Power BI desktop helps you do all those tasks. Okay, now let us talk about the tool very the very first. Let us talk about the tool. I hope my screen is visible. Yes, it is. Okay, so now let us talk about the tool itself, like how to explore this tool. Okay, how do you understand what are the different sections here? Okay, all right, the first section is collection of data, data collection, right? How do you collect the data? Here you have get data. You see this get data. If you just click onto the get data here, there are a lot of databases. I told you multiple the companies store their data in different databases. It's not necessary that all the companies are storing their data in Excel workbook or something like that. No, the people, there are industries who prefer their own style of storing the data and their working style with the different databases. Okay, if I just click onto the more, I see a lot of databases. Databases are nothing but where the data is stored, industry data is stored. Okay, uh, you can just think about that. These are different company names where they provide the services to store the different data from different companies. Okay, so these are like 99 plus databases. If you have data from the any business stored in any of these databases, you can directly connect and bring that company's data into the Power BI. Now, what I will do is, okay, let me just walk you through again that. Okay, directly, because most of the time we will be using Excel workbook and One Lake Data Hub. Direct link is given here. Okay, here also direct link is given. You can directly just click onto the import data from Excel or import data from SQL Server. Okay, or some other options is also given. You can directly bring the data. Okay, now what I will do is I will just go to get data, and I'll hit the Excel workbook here. Here on the desktop, I have a data set called Global Superstore. It's again a Superstore data. I'll just click onto that data set and hit open. Okay, the first step, like data collection, right? So what we have to do here, I've told you data in this is now a data analysis. Now what we are trying to do here is, with respect to Power BI, we are analyzing the data, what happened in the data, and we are trying to understand those things. Okay, so again, like in the any let me just walk you through this before. Okay, we have all right, now we have this file here, Global Superstore. All right, so this is my data. This is the Superstore data. Okay, this is the Superstore data from any e-commerce online or offline store. You can think about Amazon. Okay, for now. Okay, so I have multiple sheets here, orders. Like each row talks about one order. Okay, and who ordered what product, what category that product belongs to, what was the sales, how many quantities, what was the discount, what was the profit, or how much is the shipping cost, what is the order priority, and each and everything about that particular product. Okay, as soon as you order a product from any e-commerce site, this is how they store their data in different sheets. Okay, so this is the first sheet of orders happening through their platform. Okay, then the returns, people return the different what do you say, products also, right? So they have stored the returns sheets also. The data is in the different sheet. Okay, so that they want to have it in a structure format. Okay, different people, like who is handling what region. Like this guy is handling the Caribbean region, this guy is handling Superstories all across the world. So who is handling, who is the dealer, or the yes, dealer of that particular region, right? And then so on and so forth. Right, now we have multiple sheets from a single business. Now what I'm doing here is, when I go to get data and hit Excel workbook, I'll find this Global Superstore and click on to open. The same thing it is giving me here. What sheet you want? You want the my sheet, you want the orders sheet, you want the people sheet, return sheet. Now I would like to have the orders sheet with me. Okay, so if I just now I have clicked on the order sheets, there are two more options popping up here, like load and load transform load. For now we will just load the data. We will avoid transform load now. Let us click onto the load. Okay, now depending on your system configuration and your hardware, it'll take a little time. Okay, greater is your RAM, good is your RAM, it takes a little time, but generally it takes like 10 to 15 or 30 seconds to load the data, and depend on the data size also, like how big is your data. Okay, now it's been loaded. Now the data which was there in my local computer, I brought it into Power BI desktop. It's not that you can bring your data from the local computer. I told you, any other internet source. If your data is on any other server or any other internet platform, cloud platform, you can bring the data. Okay, from that there also. But since we have our data in our local system here, we have bought this data internally. Now, now whatever data you have bought, let's talk about these waves first. Okay, so there are 3 to 4 small buttons you can call here. The first is report wave. Whatever you are seeing at this position here, okay, this is called as report wave, where we build our report. We will build a simple report by the end of this masterclass. Okay, so this is my report wave, and the other one is the table wave. Okay, what is the table wave? The data which we have bought internally. Okay, the Superstore data which is there here in your Excel sheet, you have bought it into what? Into your Power BI desktop now. Okay, the rows and columns, each and everything is as same as that. Okay, you can just have a look at the data here also. You can have a look and feel of the data, what your data talks about, and each and everything. Okay, basically in the structured data such as tabular data such as this, one row talks about one observation. For example, this is the superstore data. One row talks about one order happening in the superstore. If it was an IPL data, one row talks about one match. If it was banking data, one row talks about a customer there. Okay, if it's a health and medical data, one row talks about a patient. Okay, for example, this one, this row, entire row. Okay, what it is talking about, it is talking about one order being placed into the superstore, online or offline. Order ID is this, what was the order date of that order which has happened. Okay, on what date we shipped it, what was the ship mode preferred. Okay, if you just look at the data here, there are multiple ship modes. Okay, what ship mode was preferred, and what is the customer ID. Yeah, definitely, like every order will have a customer ID, customer name. Okay, segment, which segment it belongs to, whether it's a corporate, consumer, or home office, anything. Whether the customer has given any postal code. Okay, city of that customer, state of that customer, country, right, region, which region. Like companies divide their entire business into regions and countries and states and everything like that, right? Market again. And then the product ID, what is the category, office supplies, what category it belongs to, art or technology or what, any other thing. Product name. Okay, Binny and Smith sketch pad. Okay, watercolor. Sales, how much was the sale, like how much dollar was paid for this particular order, like $346 was totally paid by the customer, right? How many quantities? Seven quantities. This product, seven quantities were sold, and this is the total price paid by the customer. Discount was given? No, there was no any discount. Yeah, out of this $346 sale, the business owner made, the shop owner made the a profit of $114. Okay, shipping cost was $27. What was the order priority, right? So this is the data. This one row, always remember, talks about one observation in any business, whatever is that business. Okay, basically we get data from multiple businesses. Okay, you have to just understand these first. These basics understandings needs to be clear. Okay, again in the data, you have to understand the different data types. What is the numerical data, categorical data, a lot of things to be understood. But since it's a overview, we are just walking you through, I'm just walking you through a quick understanding on what data looks like. Okay, and then we can deep dive into the classes as well. Okay, all right, now once that is done, now let me just, I was talking about the report web first, and then I came back to table web here. This is nothing but the model web, like how data is internally connected to each other. Okay, there are columns, there are multiple sheets of data, and they are connected to each other. Okay, so this talks about model, talks about connection between the data. Okay, how different columns are connected. This would be a little advanced, but now for now you can think about it as a connection. Okay, this is like nothing but DAX, where you can write your formula, which is very easy way of doing data analysis. Okay, by writing formulas, which will be very easy and fun to learn DAX as well. Okay, now let me just go back to the report web here, which is this. And once you have looked at this, now let us talk about multiple sections here in this. Okay, so here you see there are three more sections. I'll just minimize them. Okay, okay, there are three more sections. The first is the filter, which we will talk about in the classes. It is irrelevant as of now. The second is very important, is the visualization, different charts and plots. Okay, visuals, different visuals. Okay, the end goal here is to take your data. Okay, take this kind of data, take this kind of data and convert it into a report. Okay, and convert into a report. I will show you what is a report. Just give me a minute. Okay, if I have any reports here. Basically you're showcasing your data into pictorial format. It takes little time, Power BI, based on that. Okay, based on your system configuration, my system is like 16 GB, but though it's taking little time. All right, something of this kind. Okay, this is not totally finished report, but oh my god. something of this. It's not formatted well, but we'll do some formatting today only. Okay, so you are basically taking your raw data, which is into rows and columns, and presenting into pictorial format such as this, so that you can take it to your customer, business owner, and explain him what is there in your in the data, which is that segment. For example, like I talked about different segment, right? Which is the segment which is having highest sales, consumer or corporate or home office? Which is the sale, which is the ship mode? There are multiple ship mode in any company, like standard class, second day, first class, or same day. How people or how customers are asking about the ship mode? So most of the customers are preferring standard class ship mode. So what I'm trying to tell you here is, this is the data which looks like a messy kind of thing, but out of this you're making some, you're making some information, or you're taking insights through what? Through doing some visuals such as this. Okay, this is your end goal. Now let me just go back to the original here. So visualizations, these are the different visualizations which will help us build a report from our data. All right, now we have a data view here. Okay, what is the data view? It is giving me the column names of all my data. Okay, if I go back here again in table view, the column names are, if you can just read down the column names from the last itself, like order priority, shipping cost, profits, discount, quantity, sales, product, subcategory, right? So now let me go back to the report web. It's the same thing I am seeing here, right? Column names. These are the different column names. Okay, this is a visualization tab. This is a column tab, column name, data tab. Okay, this is a report where we'll be building a report, such as I have shown you something of this kind. This is a very bad and very rough report. Okay, we'll build something new, a good one. Okay, so this is a report web. Here you can have a table web. You can look at the table web. Okay, so this is nothing but a simple introduction to the tool. There are a lot of other things we need to understand. Okay, we will be also walking through that as well. Okay, but before that, let me just come back to you and let me know, is this things clear to you or not? Do you have any data modeling? No, not possible in this short video, but yes, in the course you will be learning data modeling in detail. Yes guys, any other questions you have? We have a 30-second break here. You can just post your questions and I'll be happy to take them. Okay guys, let's continue now. I think there's a question. Is it? No. All right. So a quick introduction to the tool as well. All right. Now there's very important thing here, which we will discuss now, called as transform data. Okay. Now let me just click onto this transform data and click onto transform data here. Okay, I see a new a window opened up here, and I see the data which I have got internally. Okay, which the data which I've
Ajay, I
loaded.
think your screen was not shared.
Oh, thank you, thanks a lot. All right, I hope everything is fine now. So let me come back from here itself. Let me just. Okay, so I was talking about this particular section called as transform data. Okay, so I'll relate to what is happening in the different process there in the data analysis as well. So transform data, and just click onto the transform data here. So what do you see here is basically the same data which you have loaded. It is reflecting here also. Okay, the same data is reflecting here also. Okay, so this we call it as Power Query. It opens up all in a new page. Okay, Power Query. Here, what we do basically is we are, let's go back to the data analysis steps, where we had a step of cleaning and preparing the data. Power Query is helping us to do those things: clean the data, prepare the data. Okay, so this is very important part in the data analysis journey, that you can you have to clean the data. You have to see whether the data is in good shape or no before you proceed for the analysis and building any report or visuals. Okay, so you have to see whether your data is clean and well prepared for the next steps or not. Okay, so Power Query will help me do all those things. Okay, so you can just go to the multiple panes here and tabs here: add column, wave, okay, transform. Okay, so we can use this entire Power Query in order to clean the data and perform lot of operations also. Okay, for here, for example, if you have a text data, I'll just walk you quickly through one simple example. Okay, you have a text data and you want to perform some operation on that. Maybe you want to perform any operation, whatever you want to do. Okay, so what you can do is just click onto this column and come back here. Look at this, there is a all set of methods or operations or functions which will help you to perform task on the text data only. Okay, so you have a number data. For example, let me go back to this row ID, which is a number data. Look at this. As soon as I click onto this, this is now I'm clicking, and now I have hold on this text data. The text column is very much active, and this seems to be inactive, right? If I just click onto the number column, look at this. This gets active, number column. So any operation you want to perform on the number data, you can just use this particular section to perform operations on the number data. So cleaning and preparing the data, will be done in the Power Query editor. You will be learning this in great details in the coming classes also. Okay, so now let me just close down this. Let me just go to home. Once I've done the cleaning and everything, we haven't done anything here. You have to use just close and apply, and this will vanish from there. And that entire process where you have used for cleaning and preparing the data, that will be applicable and that will be reflected here in the your data also. Okay, so now we have talked about collection, we have talked about cleaning and preparing the data. Now let us talk about the next thing, the visualization, building reports. Okay, so the first and foremost thing when you are building a report is that you need to have a good understanding on the domain of the data. Okay, what kind of data you have at your hand, you need to have a domain. To understand the domain understanding, what is domain or business understanding? Basically domain means business understanding. Let's say you have a IPL data. Okay, and you have been told to create build some reports on IPL data, like top five teams which are doing great in all the seasons, top five, like five teams which are not doing great in the all the season, top five batsmen, good batsmen, top, or let's say top five bowlers. Okay, or something like that. You have been asked to do something, build a report based on the IPL data you have been given. Now IPL data is its domain is cricket. It's a sport. We Indians know what is cricket, and we know the domain. We can build the report very easily. We know what is batsman means. We know what is a bowler means. We know what is a team means. We know what is a toss means. We know what is a winning means or a losing means. We need know each and everything about the IPL data. But there are part of country, they are part of there are countries in the world, they do not know anything about cricket. If you give IPL data to a person in let's say Germany, they are not so much active in cricket. Okay, he or she, that particular guy doesn't know anything about cricket. He will not be able to prepare a good report on cricket or an IPL data. because he or she doesn't know the cricket, the business, isn't it? So the first and foremost thing when you get the data is you have to understand the business of the data, what business the data has come from, first thing. And once you come to know the business, you will be able to ask right questions to the data. For example, this is a superstore data. Now every one of us know what is a superstore and how, not every one of us may know that how it operates, but I've given you a simple introduction or understanding on what kind of data it is and what is the each row talking about, what is the column talking about. I've given you an understanding. Once you have an understanding on data and business of the data, and the second very important thing you need to do is ask questions to the data. Okay, asking questions to the data, like what do you want to find out? If you do not have a clear set of target in your mind, you're not doing a good report, you'll not be able to build a good report. This is my data. Okay, what is my target now? I want to understand only about sales, how sales are happening in, state wise, city wise, country wise, product wise, okay, category wise, right, ship mode wise. I want to know how the sales are happening. So you should have a target, you should have a common goal in a goal in your mind, what you want to find out from the data. With respect to that, you should start framing questions. For example, I gave you an example of sales. Okay, so now you should start framing questions. Sales, what how do you want to have, you want to have sales according to countries and different other things, right? So if you know these questions, you have to write down these questions. It's not necessary, but if you can take down those questions. I have just taken down some questions here. Okay, this is report on profit, this is my report on sales. Okay, which ship mode has the highest sales? You should have some questions, you should ask questions. Asking question is a very important thing in analysis and in BI process. Um but remember, you'll be able to ask right questions only and only if you are aware of what is business, what is the domain of the data. Okay, which segment has the highest sales, top 5 cities by sales, percentage wise, which region has the highest sales, top 5 products with the highest sales. So the first thing is understand data. The second thing, sit and find out what do you want to find out from the data. Okay, this is part of your learning journey. Most of the time what happens is, like, business gives you the questions. They have a data and they have a set of BRD, a business requirement document, where they mention that they want to they want these answers from their data. Okay, and some of the time what happens is you also help getting some more intrinsic insights also apart from their questions. But how do you, how should you get started as a beginner? Okay, the first thing is understand the domain of the data. The second thing is ask right question, ask as many questions as you can ask, and then use the visuals, correct visuals, to answer these questions, right? So that is the process. Okay, that is a it's a full-fledged process, but I'm just walking you again kind of gist or a overview. Okay, so now let us move on to the visuals. Okay, now let us move on to the visuals and try to understand. Okay, let me just go back to the report view here. Now what I want to do is, um, I want to understand. Okay, first what we have to do is, let me just go back to the data. There are something called as categorical data and numerical data also, which we will also be talking about in detail. But let me just give you an overview of what is categorical data. You just observe each and every column here. Okay, um, let's talk about the ship mode now. If you just click onto this arrow drop down, you see uh, all the time there are categories which are repeating: first class, same day, second class, standard class. Okay, what does that mean? Basically is, we have we have 51,000 customers. You can just observe here, 51,290 rows means what? That many customers we have. Data from 51,290 rows, 290 customers we have. Okay, so the customers, each customers choose any mode, ship mode. There are totally how many ship mode a company has? One, two, three, four. There are four different ship mode. Out of this, customer may choose anything: first class, same day, second class, standard class. There are four. This kind of data we call it as a categorical data. Why it's a categorical data? Because there are only four categories, and all these four categories are repeating 51,000 times. Meaning what? any one category can be chosen for any one particular customer. A customer can't choose two categories, right? So that's what it's happening. So this is categorical data, right? So now let's talk about customer name. This is also a categorical data, okay, which where the categories are there, but the category is very huge in number. Lot of categories, like name, customer names, there are 51,000 names, maybe like few names which are repeated, few customers who have came back, but like you can say like 30,000 customers. Okay, we call them a categorical in nature, but we don't use them when we are doing analysis, because it will be a very huge category. I'll show you in the visual format also why it gives you a lot of problems. Okay, but let us look at the segment. Look at this segment has only three category: consumer, corporate, and home office. Okay, now this is it. Now there's other type of data is a numerical data, which is like sales. What do you see here is sales. Sale is a numerical data. Look at this, it's all a number, it's a numerical data. Okay, and categorical data can be number also. Okay, we will talk about that as well. Okay, so market. In the market, there are only few categories: Africa, Asia, Europe, Latin America, and USA, right? And profit is a numerical column, sales is a numerical column, quantity is a numerical column. Okay, order priority is a categorical column. Okay, why I'm trying to give you these understanding is basically when you want to build a visual, there's a whole lot of theory behind understanding what is a numerical, what is a categorical. Again, in numerical there are multiple types, again in categorical there are multiple types. We have to understand that, but I've just given you an overview of what is categorical and what is this one. Now the first question what I would like to ask to this data is, I want to know which category is having good sales. This is my first question. Which category is having, like, what is the sales across the categories, right? You want to have that. Okay, now what we have to do is, for to answer that question, we have to use visual. Different visuals are there, we have to use different visual. There are, the first row talks about all the bar and bar chart or line chart kind of thing. Okay, let me choose this stacked column chart. Okay, let me choose this stacked column chart. Okay, why I have chosen this and everything, that is also a theory, but just remember, but just pay attention how we do reports here. Okay, what I've done is I have taken stack column chart. Why I have chosen this is, let me just give you a simple understanding on that. Okay, stack column chart basically takes two types of data. Okay, here you see, this is, we call it as x-axis, this is, we call it as y-axis. In the x, you see that there are bars. Each bar represents a category. Remember that. Okay, each bar represents a category. For example, market is a categorical data, subcategory, category, all these are categorical data. Okay, and if I choose a category here in the x-axis, how do I do that? Okay, for now what I will do is, I will choose region. Region is also a categorical data. I will drag this region and keep it in the x-axis. Look at this here. As soon as you take a visual and click onto that visual, there will be information displayed here, what axis, which kind of data you want to give. I've taken region and kept it in the x-axis, right? So now what has happened is, in the x-axis you are given region. Now what you want to compare region wise, what you want to compare? I want to compare sales. So y-axis takes the sales. Okay, I'll drag the sales and keep it in the y-axis. Okay, wait for a while. What I got a visual. Let me just make it a focus mode. I got a visual. What visual I got? I got a visual where every bar is a category here. Look at this, every bar is a category: Western Europe, Central America, Oceania, South Asia. Every bar is a category. If I go back to the table view, and what I have taken market region, sorry. Look at this, you have so many regions here. Okay, so you are getting an information, you are getting an insight that Western Europe is contributing to the highest sales for your superstore. What is that last region? Central Asia is the last, and you have this in ascending order, sorry, descending order. This is the first one, then this is the second one, this is the third one, right? So now this is my visual. This is my visual. But in order to bring this visual, you need to understand what kind of data you have to supply to this visual. Why did I supply X, a categorical data only to the X? Why did I supply a numerical data only to the Y? That is a whole theory. Okay, we will learn that in the class. But for now, we will understand that we have bought a visual. What is this visual telling us? This is giving us an information of region wise sales. Okay, we have got an information on region wise sale with the help of a bar chart, sorry, clustered bar chart. There's a little difference between clustered and bar chart. Okay, don't worry about that. Okay, so we have that. Okay, now what we want to know is, I want to know percentage wise. Okay, percentage wise, what is the market share sales? Okay, we have different market. How different markets are distributed percentage wise, right? So what I have to do here is, there is a one thing called as pie chart. Pie chart basically helps you give the percentage, pie chart or donut chart. Okay, so now let me just click onto the pie chart. I will just drag, make sure that you have not selected this. If you have selected this and then you're selecting a visual from here, this will get converted into that. Okay, first unselect it, click on somewhere else. Okay, and then it should be empty. Then you should um, prepare, then you should click onto the new chart. Okay, now here again, this is a pie chart. Okay, let's first draw the pie chart and then I'll talk about what is pie chart and how it looks like. Okay, so what I'm doing here is pie chart. This is something called as legend. See, as soon as you click onto this, there is a field open here, legend, values, details. For every visual there is a different thing. For this it was like x-axis, y-axis, legend and small multiple tools. Okay, everything will be clear, don't worry about that. Okay, now let me just orientate it properly so that it could look good. Okay, now this is the thing what I have done. What I want to do is, now I want to understand, let me just a minute. Okay, let me make it 70%. Okay, that's okay. All right. All right, here this legend basically takes a categorical column again. Okay, what I will do is, I'll pick up market and I'll keep it in the legend. I want to understand the values in the sales. Okay, I'll keep it sales here. What are we getting here is, let me just make it a focus mode here. Again, there is a theory behind why did we choose market only, why did we choose values only. Okay, there's a theory behind this different data you are choosing and how you are able to bring this. Okay, um, now what I'm telling is that there are different markets. How many markets? 1 2 3 4 5. So all these 5 markets, now this entire pie is converted into 100%, and then within that, which is that market which is having highest percentage, you can just see Asia Pacific, if I'm not wrong, is having a 31% share of the entire market in the world. Europe market is 26% share. US market, US Canada, basically 18% share. Latin America has 17% share, and Africa has some 6.2% share of my entire sales in the world. Right. So now I have two visuals. Now I have two visuals which are giving me good insights about my data. Earlier it was a data something like this. Now I'm able to find out very important and valuable insights. Now I have a sales by different market, and I now I know that which is that market getting me more sale. I can, so that I can focus more on Asia Pacific region. Okay, what I can find out, what are those reasons where Africa is lagging, because Africa is having very less sale. I can find out what are the reasons, like why Europe is lagging behind Asia Pacific. Can I make it like close to Asia or something? Okay, so these are my findings, and and these are my insights. Basically, you can take a lot of actions, right? Let me just have these two visuals only. Okay, now let me just have these two visuals. Okay, let's not waste time. Okay, you can have multiple visual. This is a simple report. This is a simple report which I have built, where I have these two findings. Okay, Now, the other aspect is, which I want you to pay very little attention to that, but because that is not as important as this thing is like finding insights, okay, which is nothing but cosmetic part, or the doing some what you say, formatting, coloring and painting kind of thing. Okay, here itself in the visualization, you have this format your report. Okay, you have this format. Now, if you click onto the any visual, you can see all the things open for this particular visual only. Okay, you can format this, you can color it, you can change the color, you can change the color of this bar, you can change the style of this text, you can change the color of this what you say, numbers and fields here. Okay, you can have each and everything. Let us do it for the page itself. Okay, let us not waste time in cosmetic parts. Okay, so let me just go back. I have selected the page. You can just look at this. I have not selected any visual here. I have selected the page. Go to this page. You can go to canvas setting. Okay, and you can, okay, no, not the canvas setting, wallpaper. You can change the color to any other color. I'm not good at doing this aesthetics, but you can do very well to this. Okay, but pay very little attention to these aesthetics. Okay, the important part is like taking the data, cleaning, preparing and building these reports. Okay, and later part you can just pay attention to these things. Okay, I've just given this, okay, this color. Okay, now what I'll do is I will orientate it properly so that the data is okay, and a little bit on orientation, right? So what I'll do now is I will now format these two visuals also. Okay, I'll select this visual here, and you see, you come to this format visual, everything will be changed to this. You can come to the general section here. There are two modes, and again, you can come to effects. Okay, you can come to background. You can, instead of choosing any background, you can increase the transparency. Okay, or you can have any other color also. Okay, you can increase the transparency. Again, you have to format all those things. Okay, I'll show you how to do that. Okay, for this also you can just come back again here, it will be in the same slide. Okay, increase the transparency. Right now, let's format this visual. Now again, go to the format. You can go to here in the x-axis. What has happened, this x-axis, the names are not visually properly, the color is gray. You can change them to white, right? And in the y-axis also, y-axis, see here, it's y-axis, the names are not in the correct color. You can go to values, if I'm not wrong, the color. There's a lot of customization you can do here. You can make it as beautiful as you want. Okay, you can make it as beautiful as you want, provided you spend a little bit time on this. Okay, so now similarly, I'll make some more changes here to this visual. I'll go to format, maybe legends. These are the legends. Okay, the categories are nothing but the legends. I'll go to legends. Maybe like text, I want to change the color to white so that it's appealing. Yeah, that's nice. Now I'll go to the slices. These are the slices. Okay, slices. I want to, okay, I don't want to customize the color. Detail labels, which are these things. Okay, outside they are there. And values, I want to change the color, maybe like white or something. Yeah, white only. Right. So these are the, right, a simple report, you can say, a simple insights from the data. So the end goal is to find out these insights from the data and build multiple reports, not just one report. As many questions in your mind, that many visuals, that many reports you can have. Okay, but see that reports should not be random, and your insights should not be random just to have a visual or something like that. It should, your insights should turn out to be a feedback to the business. Okay, it should turn out to be a feedback, and so that the business can grow. That is the ultimate goal. So in data science and data analysis, it's not just about the tools you have to learn, such as Python or the Power BI or something like that. You should not master only the tools, the Python programming. You have to master only these tools. No, it is also about your analytical thinking and your what you say, your reasoning and your logical thinking about that particular business, and coming out of insights which will eventually turn out to be feedback for the companies. Okay, All right. So this is how we build a simple report, and this is how Power BI helps us to convert a raw data such as this into a stunning report such as this. You can create much more stunning reports than this. This is a very simple report created in a very simple short span of time. I hope Power BI, the entire session on Power BI has helped you understand what is Power BI and what are we doing in the Power BI also. Okay, please let me know. I'm open to your questions if you have any question. Also, please guys, take a moment to provide your valuable feedbacks. Okay, that will help the the company to come up with some better improvements and help you people learn things in a very easy and customized way. Okay, just it will help us to contact like to count your attendance also, and then you will receive a certificate eventually. Yeah, I'm open for your questions. You have any questions regarding Power BI or Python, you can just let me know here. I'm here to help you out. Uh, Depends. The certifications depends. Okay, company to company depends. Okay, ultimately your skills matters. To summarize, your skills matters a lot. Okay, how good you are at the tool. Okay, that matters a lot. Once again, repeat how to create the pane color. Okay, okay, I'll just repeat it. Any other questions apart from that? All right, let me share my screen and help you the coloring part. Basically, you have to select this entire wallpaper. You can say do not select this any of the visual because the formatting happens particular to that visual. I'm selecting. Okay, deselect this. Okay, like this, and come back to this page, and then here you have a format in the visualization itself. You have a format. You can just go to wallpaper and look for the color, any color you want to have. Okay, something of this kind. And with respect to the visual also you can do it. Okay, just click onto the visual first, make sure that it is selected, and come to the visual. You go to general, you go to effects, you want to have a different color, basically let's say this color. Okay, since I have increased the transparency to 100%, it may not be visible. You can just decrease the transparency and you'll see that happening. Okay, yes, yes, we can help you with the interaction of charts as well. Okay, guys, I would ask you to please share your valuable feedbacks also. Thank you, Aishwarya. Thank you, Ananipalli. How to use text data in Python? Yeah, there are libraries where we can use. Yeah, yeah, there are libraries from where we can use the text data and analyze. Okay, there's something. There's a library called NLP. Okay. All right. Uh, I hope that's it from my side. Team, anyone can take it further.
Yeah, thank you, Raj.
Yeah.
So, team,
students will be getting the certificate within the next 7 to 4 working days, 4 to 7.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining. Thank you for your time. Meet you again. Bye bye. Take care.